In the prosperous kingdom of Vijaygarh ruled a wise and benevolent king whose people flourished under his just reign. Yet, despite the kingdom's happiness, the king himself was burdened with sorrow, for his beloved son, the prince, had been possessed by a wicked serpent that slithered into his body when he was but a child. No healer, no sage, no magic could expel the fiend. As the prince grew, so did his torment. One night, overcome with guilt, he thought, "My father's grief is because of me. If I stay, I will only bring him more suffering." And so, under the cover of darkness, he fled the palace, leaving behind his royal life. For months he wandered, until he reached the borders of a harsh and unforgiving kingdom. Its ruler was a tyrant, feared by his subjects, but he had one joy in his life: his daughter, a princess of uncommon kindness and sharp wit. Unlike her father, she despised cruelty and often challenged his unjust ways. Furious at her defiance, the king snarled, "You belittle my rule. Then you shall learn the weight of hardship." And so, when a ragged beggar, none other than the exiled prince, came pleading for alms at the palace gates, the cruel king forced him to marry the princess, casting her into a life of poverty. With no choice, the princess and the beggar prince journeyed to the crumbling temple he called home. Along the way, exhaustion overcame them, and they rested beneath an ancient banyan tree. While the prince slept, the princess ventured into the woods to forage for food. When she returned, her blood turned to ice. A great black serpent crawled upon her husband's chest, its fangs hovering over his lips. Perched atop a nearby rock was another snake, this one golden-eyed and gleaming. "Why do you torment this gentle soul?" demanded the golden serpent. "And why do you, who strike travelers dead, pretend to care?" the black snake hissed. Realizing these were no ordinary beasts, the princess seized a fallen branch and, with a cry of fury, struck them both down. The moment the black serpent perished, the prince gasped awake, his eyes clear for the first time in years. "The curse, it's gone," he whispered in wonder. Then, with tears in his eyes, he revealed his true identity. Overjoyed, they rushed back to Vijaygarh, where the old king wept at the sight of his son, freed at last from the serpent's grasp. The kingdom rejoiced, and in time, the prince and princess ruled with wisdom and compassion, their reign blessed with twins, a boy and a girl, who grew to be as noble as their parents. And so, the day the serpents fell became a day of celebration, a reminder that even the darkest curses can be broken by courage and love.